Hello handy beaders! Today I'm going to show you how to make this bracelet, which is quite simple, elegant and requires only two types of beads. But before we start, if you are new here, if you are watching the first video on this channel, let me welcome you to my channel. And if you like my videos, if you like this channel, you can subscribe to my channel below this video, or you can click on that bell button below this video, so you will be notified every time a new video comes out. So I prepared materials you will need to make this bracelet, because I bought these beads quite a while ago. I don't know the exact names and colors of these beads, but I will try my best to find the colors which are really similar to these beads I'm using here, and also the beads I've used to make this bracelet. I think these gold are light topaz, maybe Toho light topaz, but I'm not sure. I will find it out, and I will write it down below this video in the description area of this video, so you can find it there and you can buy them online. The specific materials we will need are rondelles, which are 2 by 3 millimeters. These are in greenish kind of opalescent color. To make one unit you will need 4 of them. To make this bracelet, one row of this bracelet, you will need 68 of them, and when you multiply that 68 with 2, which is 136, I think, you will have 2 rows for this bracelet. Then you will need Toho or another like Miyuki seed beads, which are 15-0 beads. Then you will need some findings. It's up to you which findings you would like to use. I personally use these lobster claw clasps and some jump rings. So if you want, you can join some chain here, so it will be adjustable, but for this project I'm using just these lobster claw clasp and these 2 jump rings in silver color. And then you will need stringing material for me, and I recommend you the same. It's Fireline crystal, 0.12 millimeter thick is the right thickness because of the size of the beads we are using. But be aware that if you are using Chinese rondelles or low quality rondelles, these have sharp holes to them, so they can cut your thread. So I absolutely don't recommend to use like enamel threads and I don't know how it is called, S-long and so on. So for me, Fireline is the best. Then you will need beading needle. I think this one is size 12 beading needle, and some scissors. And remember, I will put everything down below this video in the description area, so you can find everything there, and you can adjust the numbers of beads and so on according to your preferences. Thread your needle with a comfortable length of thread of Fireline, and pick 4 rondelle beads, slide them down, and leave here at the end of this thread about 10 centimeters long tail right here. Take your needle and go through all of these beads again, so you can close them into the circle like this. Be careful because this fire line is quite stiff, so you have to really pull. If you want, you can tie a square knot here, which is the thing I usually do, but I think this will be enough for this project. Just circling around these beads, and it will hold those beads in place for me. So without tying a knot, I will pass through the next bead, which is the one from which is the tail coming from, and then I will pick 3 15-0 seed beads and go through the next rondelle bead and pull, and you can see the picot which is forming here by adding the beads. Then I will pick 3 15-0 seed beads and go through the next rondelle and do the same for the last 2 rondelle beads. So 3 15-0s going through rondelle, and I want to hold attention here, and 3 more, which are the last for this first unit, and go through the rondelle next to them, and I would like to go through the next rondelle in the same direction and pull these. Really tight, both ends. So I have my first unit like this, and to continue to make a chain of units, I would like to exit out of this central or I don't know, middle bead, which is next to where I'm coming out of. So I will go through this one and this one and pull my thread, and it will be in the center of these 3 beads. To make another unit, I will do really similar thing, but it won't be the same. I will pick the whole circle of beads, which will contain of seed beads and rondelles, and then I will go through rondelles only, so it will close this circle and it will give the unit its shape. So this unit will be mirroring to the next one. So when I'm coming out of this central or of this middle bead, it will be one of the beads of the next circle. I will pick 1 15-0, 1 rondelle, 3 15-0s, a rondelle, which is the second rondelle for this unit. So again, 3 15-0s, the third rondelle, 3 15-0s, the fourth, and there are already 2 seed beads to this edge of the second unit, so I have to pick just one, and go through the middle seed bead and through the next seed bead. So when I pull it, I have here the beads of my second unit. To make it nice in shape, I have to close the circle of rondelles. So I will continue to reinforce this unit by going through these rondelles, and I want to again exit out of this middle bead. So for me it will be to go through this first, the second, the third. I will pull it a bit because there is a thread in my way, and the fourth. To end the circle, I have to go, or to close the circle, I have to go through this first rondelle again. Just the rondelle, not seed bead. And pull it. So there is another unit forming here, but as you can see, these beads are not laying quite nicely, so I will help them to form that little triangle or edge or whatever you would like to call it. So just pulling this, and I want to, as I said, I want to exit out of this bead, so I have to go through the beads and exit out here. So I will continue through the second rondelle and through those two seed beads here, and now I can pull it really tightly. Be careful because these rondelle beads, they have sharp edges, as I told you previously. I think the best are check rondelles because they are quite they are not so sharp on edges, so there is probability that it will cut your thread is lower than with those Chinese rondelle beads. I don't know which of those are these which I have here, because I bought them in some bead shop in Barcelona, I think, and there was no label, just and I don't think it was parameters or the size of the beads either. I don't think so. So just beads on the strand and without any other information, so I don't know which of rondelles are these, if they are good quality or not, I don't know. So we have the second unit, and we want to continue the same manner, picking 15 seed bead, 1 rondelle, 3 15-ohs, second rondelle, 3 15-ohs, third rondelle, 3 15-ohs. Some of them are really not nice in shape. And the third and the last seed bead as well, so you can see the pattern which I'm picking here. 1 15-oh, 1 rondelle, 3 15-ohs, 1 rondelle, 3 15-ohs, 1 rondelle, and so on until you will have the last rondelle and you will pick just one 15-0. Then you want to go through the same bead which you are exiting out of, and pull this to form a circle like this. And you know what's next? We have to go through this 15-0 and through the first rondelle to position our needle to be exiting out of rondelle, and we want to go through the second, third and fourth rondelle to form a circle, the inner circle of these units. So it was the second, this is the third, this is the fourth. I would like to just pull it a bit because I don't want my fire line, my thread, to catch anywhere, and I have to position the needle to come out of this middle bead. So I have to go to end or the closed circle by going into the first rondelle and then pulling it. Maybe do some arrangements so the seed beads will sit on their place, and pulling it again, as you can see, and then go through the second rondelle and through those two seed beads, if I manage to do that, like this. And now pulling it really tight, and we have 3 units. So I will show you the last unit for the idea of what you are working on, and I think it's really simple to do this. It's like right angle weave, just with some modifications, because you have to do the the inner circle of this unit, but it's not so hard. So I think you know what you should do next, but I will show you again. So I will pick one 15-0, one rondelle, 3 15-0s, a rondelle, another 3 15-0s, third rondelle, 3 15-0s, oops, and the fourth. And to close this circle, I am missing just one 15-0, again, like this, and I will go through that bead which I'm exiting out of the same direction. So when I pull it, it will form some kind of strange circle. I have to position my needle to come out of the rondelle, so I went into this 15-0 and into the rondelle. And to reinforce this circle and to close the rondelles in inner circle, I have to go through them again. So the second, the third and the fourth, I want to see if I can go through them at once, and yes, I did it. I want to do some arrangements up here and pull it again so you can see the nice picots, and I want to position my needle again to come out of this middle bead. So I have to go through the first rondelle, and that's my closure of this inner circle, and then into the second and into those two beads here, and when I go through them I have to pull it really, really tight. I'm always wondering how much this fire line can hold, how much tension, because I'm using quite a tension and it breaks sometimes. So I know somebody says it's unbreakable, but yes, it is when you use a good, I don't know if it is tension, it's not. Is it traction? I don't know. But when you use a force on it, then, and with those sharp edges, then it does wonders in the negative kind of way. So now you are exiting out of this middle bead, and you know what's next. You can do all the units you want for your bracelet to make this bracelet, which is 16.5 centimeters long without the clasp. So this is 16.5 centimeters long. You will have to do 17 units in the first row. I will finish this first row of the camera, and then I will be back to show you how to make this portion of your bracelet. So this kind of loop you can hang your findings on, and how to join the second row and how to end this bracelet. So I made the first row of the desired length of my bracelet. I did it 2 units shorter than this previous, the original bracelet I did, because when I put it on my hand, there is about 2.5 centimeter space, which I will fill in with this part of the bracelet on each of my ends. So now I want to make this loop, this part of the bracelet on one side. Then I want to come all the way to the beginning of this bracelet and make this loop again, so it will be finished. Now you are here exiting out of the middle bead here, and to make this loop you want to add 5 seed beads, 6 seed beads and 6 more. So it will be 12 seed beads, 12 seed beads, and slide them down. So you have them like this. Then you want to close last 6 beads you have added into the circle. So you will make this loop for the jump ring. I want to separate 6 beads, and I want to go into the 7th bead here. And pull this tight, and now you have this part of bracelet done. To add more units to my bracelet, I need to go with another 5 seed beads, which will be this part of the bracelet, so 5 15-ohs. And then I want to continue as I did on the opposite side. These are my 5 seed beads here, and I want to continue with 2 more 15 seed beads to start the first unit of the second row. So 2 of them. This will be these 2 ones. And now I want to continue with 1 rondelle, 3 seed beads, another rondelle, 3 seed beads, another rondelle, and now I want to join everything to the first row of this bracelet, and to do that I have to join the 2 units, the last unit I have added and the first of the second row, with this middle bead on the side. Now you have to be careful because you want to go into the middle bead of that side on which you are pointing this part of your bracelet. So when you went this direction, you want to join your first unit into this middle bead. To join what I have picked here, which is 7 seed beads, 1 rondelle, 3 seed beads, 1 rondelle, 3 seed beads, 1 rondelle. I have to pick 1 seed bead and go through that middle bead. And pull this tight. So now I have something which looks like this. And to join or to close the circle of my first unit, I want to pick the third seed bead. So here I have the first, here is this middle, which is the second, and I've picked the third now. And I want to pick a rondelle, and to close the circle I have already 2 seed beads right here, which are mirroring from this side. So I have to pick just 1 seed bead and go through that 2 seed beads. And when I pull it, you can see there is the first unit of the second row forming right there. And now we will do the same as we did working on our first row. So we want to go into the rondelle, the first, into the second, the third, the fourth, and I want to really tighten this first ring, this first circle, and then I want to pull everything tight. So my rondelles are once again joined together. I want to make that middle bead pop out, and now I want to continue this direction all the way up to the beginning of this bracelet. So I have to properly close the circle of the beads by going through the first rondelle, the second one as well, and those 2 seed beads, exiting out of the middle bead on the bottom of this first unit. Now you can see we have nice first unit of this row. As you probably noticed, we did our first row doing the right angle weave, which we did, one was clockwise, one was counterclockwise, and so on and so on, and they were altering. So now I'm exiting out of this bead in this direction with my thread, so I have to go the opposite direction. I did the first unit here, and I have already my first seed bead, the middle seed bead right here. So I want to pick one seed bead, one rondelle, and just for the demonstration, when you will pull it down, you can see there is one seed bead missing here to make the nice picot of the second unit of the second row. So I will pick 1/15 of seed bead, and I will go into the middle seed bead, the side seed bead of the second, or not the second, but second to last unit from the previous row, and I will pull it. And now you can see here is the beginning of our second unit. I will need one seed bead, one rondelle, which is the second rondelle of this circle, then 3 seed beads, and a rondelle. Oh, this one is very strange in shape. I will put it aside. So the third rondelle of this unit, 3 seed beads, and the last rondelle. And when you pull it down, you can see that there is again one seed bead missing from this one picot. So I have to pick the last seed bead of this unit, and I have to go into the middle bead, the bottom seed bead from the previous row, the one which I'm exiting out of currently. And when you will pull it, it doesn't have its proper shape, but you can clearly see that there is circle forming right here. So I want to join the rondelles together. I will go through the next seed bead, the next rondelle, just second rondelle, skipping the seed beads, this third, and fourth, and when I will pull it, there will be another unit. I have to pull it really nice and tight. There we go. And again I have to go down this row, so I have to go, and to close this circle of rondelles I have to go into the first rondelle I have added for this unit, and the second, and also those 2 seed beads. Okay, and when pulling, you can see that there is the second really nice unit of this row. So I will show you the third unit of this row, which will be the same as this first one, because we are exiting out of the middle bead this way. So you have to pick one seed bead, one rondelle, 3 seed beads, second rondelle, 3 seed beads, and the third rondelle, and that's the place we want to pick just one seed bead like this. I can show you what I've picked, and we want to go into this middle side bead of the third unit of the previous row. Then we want to close our unit by picking one seed bead, one rondelle, and the last seed bead. Then going through the middle bottom seed bead of the previous unit. When pulling it, there is a circle of all our beads for this unit. To join the rondelles, I want to go one bead and one rondelle down and pull it, and then I want to go into all of these rondelles. This is the third, the fourth, and pulling each side. Okay, and then I have to close this ring and position my needle to come out of this middle bottom bead. So again into the first rondelle of this unit, the second, and up or down these two seed beads like this. Well, I'm sorry for the noise, that's my turtle. I don't know what he's doing, but he should stop. Okay. That's my third unit of the second row. Now you are exiting out of this middle bottom bead of this third unit, and you want to continue as you did the second unit, so picking one seed bead, one rondelle, one seed bead, going through this middle side seed bead, and then continue to close the circle. Then I will come back and show you how to end this bracelet and maybe how to add some clasp to it. Finishing the last unit of my bracelet, I realized these are all of my beads of this color and size I have left to finish this bracelet, but I'm sure it will be enough. We will do the same as we did here. Just one thing to know, you should be aware to put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 odd number of units, so you will be exiting out of the right direction, because if it will be the opposite direction, you wouldn't be able to finish this bracelet. So just keep in mind you want to have odd numbers of these units to your bracelet. You have to pick 5 beads for this one branch of our hanging mechanism. Then the center bead, which is right here in the middle. Then you have to pick 6 more. 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 12 in total. And you have to go through the 7th bead. So 6. I will pull them here, and I want to go into this one bead to make a loop here. And since we have all our units done, we want just the second branch of our hanging mechanism, and it will be 5, I hope, even beads. Did you notice that these Toho beads, they are not so even as they are advertised? No, they are not, because look at this. What is this? And then look at this one and this one. Can you see the difference? I can definitely see it. So with our 5 seed beads, we want to go into the middle bead of this very first unit of our bracelet, the opposite direction as we did before. And now we have our loop here. Now you have 2 options. Either you can take your tail, the beginning tail, and this working tail, and tie them together, which will be option for me because they are close together, and for me it's easier to tie a square knot with these 2 tails. Or you can go down and tie some half hitch knots with each of your ends. So for me it will be to go into this next seed bead and pull in my thread tight. And now I have them next to each other. This tail is exiting out of this rondelle, and I'm next to it exiting out of this seed bead with my working thread. So just tying that square knot. Or you can do surgeon's knot as well. So to make it more secure, I will go through the loop once more and tie the knot. And I want to go into the next rondelle with my working thread. Okay, and I want to pull that knot into this rondelle. Now I will tie some half hitch knots just to secure the ends, and I will trim off the ends. Trimming my ends of the thread. I bet you can say what's next, and that's to add some jump rings and lobster claw clasp. So here are my pliers, and I'm sorry that I didn't mention it in materials, but I think everybody who makes jewelry has some pliers at home. So I open the ring and I will put the lobster claw clasp here and close the ring. I want to flatten it a bit so hopefully it doesn't open me. Okay, and then I will do the same for the next side, and just putting it in on the loop and closing it. And maybe I can try it on my wrist if it is enough, or I have to add some chain. Okay, I have to add some chain, but it doesn't matter. So here you have your beautiful bracelet using these 2 by 3 millimeter Rondelle beads and 15 O's. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. If you liked it, I would be happy to see your thumbs up below this video. And again, if you want to see more my videos, if you want to be notified when I put out new video, you can hit the subscribe and the bell button under this video. And thank you for your attention. If you have some suggestions and something you want to say, I will be happy to read it below this video in that comment section. That's all from me. I hope you have a nice day, and you will have a nice summer, hopefully with some of my projects, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye bye!